To Chertsey, noble lord?
No, to Whitefriars. There attend my coming. Was ever woman in this humour wooed? Was ever woman in this humour won? I'll have her, but I will not keep her long. What, I that killed her husband and his father, to meet her in her heart's extremest hate, and yet to win her, all the world to nothing? Has she forgot already that brave prince, Edward her lord, whom I some 3 months since stabbed in my angry mood at Tewkesbury? And will she yet debase her eye on me? My dukedom to a beggarly denier. I do mistake my person all this while. Upon my life she finds, although I cannot myself, to be a marvellous proper man. I'll be at charges for a looking glass, and entertain some score or two of tailors to study fashions to adorn my body. Since I am crept in favour with myself, I will maintain it with some little cost. But first, I'll turn yon fellow in his grave, and then return, lamenting, to my love. Shine out, fair sun, till I have bought a glass, that I may see my shadow as I pass.
Have patience, madam. There's no doubt His Majesty will soon recover his accustomed health. When the Dew broke it ill, it makes him worse. Therefore, for God's sake, entertain good comfort and cheer his grace with quick and merry words.
If he were dead, what would betide of me?
No other harm but loss of such a lord. The heavens have blessed you with 2 goodly sons to be your comforter when he is gone.
Oh, they are young, and their minorities put under the trust of Richard Gloucester, a man that loves not me nor brother you.
Is it concluded he shall be protected?
It is determined, not concluded yet, but so it must be if the king miscarry. I fear our happiness is at the highest.
Come the lords of Buckingham and Derby.
Good time of day unto your royal graves. God make your majesty joyful as you have been.
Saw you the king today, my lord of Derby?
But now the Duke of Buckingham and I are come from visiting his majesty.
What likelihood of his amendment, lords?
Madam, good hope. His grace speaks cheerfully.
God grant him health. Did you confer with him?
Madam, we did. He desires to make atonement betwixt your brother here and his old enemies, the Duke of Gloucester and the new freed Hastings.
They do me wrong, and I will not endure it.
See where they come, I pray speak friendly to them.
Who are they that complain unto the king that I forsooth am stern and love them not? By holy Paul, they love his grace but lightly that fill his ears with such dissentious rumours.
To whom in this fair presence speaks your grace?
A plague upon you all. His royal person cannot be quiet, scarce a breathing while, but you must trouble him with lewd complaints.
Brother of Gloucester, you mistake the matter. The king of his own royal disposition, aiming belike at your interior hatred, which in your outward action shows itself against my kindred brother and myself, makes him to send that thereby he may gather the ground of your ill will and to remove it.
I cannot tell. The world is grown so bad that wrens make prey where eagles dare not perch. Since every jack became a gentleman, there's many a gentle person made a jack.
Come, we know your meaning, brother Gloucester. You envy my advancement and my friends. God grant we never may have need of you.
Meantime, God grants that we have need of you. Our brother is imprisoned by your means.
By him that raised me to this careful height. I never did incense his majesty against the Duke of Clarence, but have been an earnest advocate to plead for him.
You may deny that you were not the cause of my Lord Hastings' late imprisonment.
She may, my lord.
She may do more so than denying that. She may help you to many fair preferments, and then deny her aiding hand therein. What may she not? She may, yea, marry may she.
What marry may she?
What marry may she? Marry with a king, a bachelor, a handsome stripling, too.
My lord of Gloucester, I have too long borne your blunt upbraidings and your bitter scoffs. By heaven, I will acquaint his majesty with those gross taunts I oft have endured. I had rather be a country servant maid than a great queen with this condition, to be thus taunted, scorned, and baited at. Small joy have I in being England's queen.
What threat you me with telling of the king? Tell him, and spare not. Look what I have said, I will avouch in presence of the king.
Hear me, you wrangling pirates, that fall out in sharing that which you have pilled from me. Which of you trembles not that looks on me?
Foul wrinkled witch, what makest thou in my sight?
At repetition of what thou hast marred, that will I make before I let thee go.
Wert thou not banished on pain of death?
I was. But I do find more pain in banishment than death can yield me here by my abode. A husband and a son thou owest to me, and thou a kingdom. All of you allegiance. The sorrows that I have by right are yours, and all the pleasures you usurp are mine.
Curse my noble father laid on thee, when thou didst crown his warlike brows with paper, and with thy scorn drewst rivers from his eyes, and then to dry them gavest the duke a clout, steeped in the faultless blood of pretty Rutland. His curses then from bitterness of soul denounced against thee are all fallen upon thee, and God, not we, hath plagued thy bloody deed.
So just is God to right the innocent.
No, 'twas the foulest deed to slay that babe, and the most merciless that e'er was heard of.
Tyrants themselves wept when it was reported.
Old Exeter then present wept to see it.
No man but prophesied revenge for it.
What were you snarling all before I came, ready to catch each other by the throat? I turn you all your hatred now on me. Did York's dread curse prevail so much with heaven, that Henry's death, my lovely Edward's death, their kingdom's loss, my woeful banishment could all but answer for that? Peevish brat! Can curses pierce the clouds and enter heaven? Why then, give way, dull clouds, to my quick curses. If not by war, by surfeit, die your king, as ours by murder to make him a king. Edward thy son, which now is Prince of Wales, for Edward my son, which was Prince of Wales, die in his youth by like untimely violence. Thyself a queen, for me that was a queen, outlive thy glory like my wretched self withered. Methinks thou wast to stand by, and so wast thou, Lord Hastings, when my son was stabbed with bloody daggers. God, I pray him, that none of you may live your natural lives, but by some unlooked accident cut off.
Have done thy charm, thou hateful withered hag.
Leave out thee. Stay, dog, for thou shalt hear me. If heaven have any grievous plague in store, exceeding that I can wish on thee, oh, let them keep it till thy sins be ripe, and then hurl down their indignation on thee, the troubler of the poor world's peace. The worm of conscience still begnaw thy soul. Thy friends suspect for traitors whilst thou livest, and take thee traitors for thy dearest friends. Oh! Elfish masked, abortive, rooting hog! Thou that was sealed in thy nativity, the slave of nature and the son of hell, thou slander of thy mother's heavy womb, thou loathed issue of thy father's loins, thou rag of honor, thou detested...
Margaret.
Richard?
Huh?
I called thee not?
Oh, then I cry thee mercy, for I thought that thou hadst called me all these bitter names.
Why, so I did, but looked for no reply. Oh, let me make a period to my curse.
It is done by me, and ends in Margaret.
Thus have you breathed your curse against yourself.